Hello everyone, welcome to the Luanglepas podcast. Well, actually, this is a new segment that I will call Life Journal, and this is a new segment, or maybe we can say it is a branch from the podcast format. And I thought of this idea a few days ago and decided to do it anyway. Immediately, and today we will talk about that because I hope that by doing this kind of introduction for this new format, or dedicating a whole 20 minutes or 10 or 2 to 20 minutes just for the introduction will do me a great deal, because sometimes I love to repeat stuff and saying unnecessary thing, and that's takes a lot of time. And in other words, I have to say I will say this in the beginning. You can skip this entry if I have to say. And I'm not forcing anybody to understand this one because it's a new one and I still trying a lot of new stuff, and it may change a lot in the future. But that's all I can say. So feel free to do what you want, and maybe you can just skip it right now. And okay, thank you for anyone that stay with me and decided to listen this anyway, because um first I will want I what I want to talk about is what will you expect from this format and from the life journal. And as the name implies, it will become my personal life diary. Is I don't know, well, there's really, as the name is, have kind of a pun in there, and I don't know if that's count if it count as a pun, but I know it's just stupid, but let's just go with it because I don't know, it sounds clever, and I don't know, it's in my liking, so I just do it. As usual, in this format, I will also talk about anything around myself and anything bothering me, basically. And the difference is I'm treating this format as more more laid back, yeah, if I have to say. And it's kinda like a friend normal chit chat daily, and or small talk, because it's not every day we will talk to anybody a heavy stuff like my usual podcast. And I don't know, maybe this format will allow me to talk about a lot of things that I want to, but I cannot because right now I don't have anybody to talk to. And I don't know, maybe I am going crazy right now by doing this, but I don't know. Sometimes have to say that sometimes I feel kind of restless and suffocated, you have to say, because I love to talk so much that, and the fact that I did not get many chance to do that right now, and feel really wrong from me. And I hope that it will, with this format, it will solve it. And about the matter that I will talk about, basically it will be more random than the podcast, if I have to say, because I don't know, I just rating you as a friend, that's as a basic chit chats. And maybe I will just give, maybe I'm happy one day and sad at one day, I don't know, it will depends. And I will always trying to do more new stuff, and it's still the same with this podcast. With this format, because I don't know, maybe I will do this format in not new. Another language like Mandarin or anything. I don't know. Maybe we will see. And I also plan to do this format in more a frequent basis, not daily, but kinda like that because I know I'm not going to. I mean, like I don't know my schedule right now because it's just a mess, and sometimes I do have things that I have to take care of, and basically wanted to say that I will try my best to record it, and one day not just record it but processing it and uploading it. That's the most important task, but sometimes I get lazy, but I do hope that I will stick to it, and that's will allow me to upload more, and that's basically what makes things difference, I think, because I get to upload more, and this format will also kind of be free. I mean, like with podcast I'm trying to plan out my podcast because I don't have many of them, and I'm trying to plan out how I upload it. You have to say, well, it is really simple, but there's a plan on it, and okay, okay, maybe I will get to another point. I mean, like it's when I have a draft of what I don't say, but sometimes I still get confused about it, and I will let it. I will, I will let it just be there. Okay, why I create this podcast? First one, my main problems doing the podcast is because it needs a lot of time to record. I mean, like most of my podcast in an hour long and maybe more, and because most of them I talk some things dear to me and some things that I have talked about, and I just feel like when we if I don't give enough time on that and just trying to skip up some parts, I don't give a great justice for it, and I don't want to do that, and that's why that takes so long, and I don't get many chance to do them because it takes so long to record. I don't have that time. I mean, like I don't get the chance to do that, and my condition house is really small. I don't even have a room for myself, and sometimes my family is home, and that's why I cannot do that. And with this format it will allow me to kind of still a few moments, maybe when my mom is shopping or anything. I mean, like basically that's moment, that's the time it will allow me to still create something, and that's what my main goal is, or my main problems it. But I don't know, I don't know why I kind of feel confused right now, but that's just normal, I think. And the second one that the second one why I create the format is because I feel a need to practice my speaking more, because recently I got discouraged by how good the stranger is, and how I realize I'm way behind them. And you know what, I will make a separate or separate section or separate journals for this one, because I do believe that it needs a lot more to take a lot more time than what I'm planning to. I mean, I'm not in the podcast, but we are reaching a 10 minutes mark, and I don't think that it will be enough. So I will pass this reason, and we'll move on to the last reason. Okay, and the last reason that I want to talk, uh, I mean, like, there's a lot of small reasons that make this format happen. First, I just said that I need the way to talk to somebody to just for because I love to talk so much, and that's one reason. And I don't know. I mean, like, maybe this podcast will allow me to do more new stuff that I will not mention for now because I don't know. I don't have anything about it, but there's something. I mean, some that caught my eyes. I mean, like, I am interested in, and I don't know. I'm just more trying to explore it more, and I will just leave it there. And there's also what it's called, a a lot a there's sometimes every day there's small things that happen to me on my daily basis, but and I want to talk about that, but the podcast format doesn't really needs. I mean, like, the podcast format doesn't really match up to that theme, you have to say. I mean, like, that thing that I want to talk, but it's not important enough, if I have to say, to become a big podcast. And with this format, I can talk about it, and maybe, I don't know. I kind of see this format, this life journal. Maybe there will be a repetition, if I have to say. I mean, like, I'm not saying that it will. I don't know if that repetition will happen between live journal and podcast, but basically it will just be a daily chit chat between us, and that's what happened. I mean, like, in the daily chit chat with friends, sometimes we talk about same thing over and over again just because reasons, and that's not, we doesn't need any explanation, and it's just fun, and maybe that's what will happen. I don't know. I can hope not, and I hope that I will try a lot more talking about new stuff, and I don't know. Basically everything that's simple and not too heavy. I mean, like, you have to say, because I also want to enjoy this as much as you want, and I don't know, maybe it's a great change from the podcast that will be kind of heavy. I don't know, we will see. But so yeah, I think this first introduction recordings, I think it is kind of great. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm sorry if it sounds bad because I haven't got any equipment because I'm still broke, and I hope that you will like it. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I do hope that can stick to my own rule, and I do hope that it will create something. I mean, like, I will create something great on it from it, and I think that's all from me for this introduction. I hope that this is enough, and I still have to tell you guys what maybe the second reasons why I do this, and I don't know, maybe that's a new chapter. That's a new chapter from that I have to talk about in the next upcoming one. It will come soon, but I'm just saying that I do feel kinda relief that this whole introduction is gone all of my way from the upcoming one, and I do hope. Well, let's mean that I don't have to do this whole introduction or just mentioning it in the upcoming journals, and I do hope that it will. I don't know. I will just redirect people from the upcoming podcast. Not upcoming podcast, upcoming journal. Sorry, to this one, and I do hope that all of you that still with me till this mark understand. And I mean, like, if you have any question or just want what your impression for this podcast, and maybe you can give me a suggestion for what should I do next in, or what should I talk about in the journals, or maybe anything. Tell me in the comment below, and I will consider it. And I do hope that we have a great discussion. And I think that's a a great attempt for this introduction journals. And thank you for listening. And I don't know, I think I'm on a great mark right now. I mean, like, it's still within my prediction, not really, but sure. So yeah, I've been talking too long. So yeah, bye bye, and see you very soon.